Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Hey, welcome to another Friday night adult radio show. I'm going to go with Poppa DD here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Redwine's being all weird tonight.
Oh, boy. I can't behave.
Lies.
She don't want to hear anything in front of the speaker, paper, or don't put nothing in front of the speaker.
Anyway, how you doing, Ketel?
I'm fine, Redwine. How you doing?
I'm trying to make it. You know, it's rough over here.
I see. You guys gonna be okay. What's up with you, Papa?
I'm about to ball some paper and chew on some Frito-Lays or something.
Don't do that. Can y'all behave till I get back to the studio?
Remember Dipsy Doodles? I'm about to chew on some Dipsy Doodles.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Hard and crunchy.
Just behave till I get back to the studio.
Redwine has a suntan, just so you know.
You think so?
She's all
really?
brown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's all brown.
We've been traveling?
Yeah.
She went somewhere. She didn't tell anybody where she went.
I went sunbathing on the French Riviera with Pierre.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow.
A little bit brown.
She got brown.
Yeah, I got a little brown.
Mm-hmm.
I put out an Amber Alert, but ain't nobody...
Okay.
Anyway, how you doing tonight, Poppa DD?
All right. I never heard back from that Amber Alert I put out for you. When you
that's because I wasn't missing. I knew where I was.
All right. Now I heard that. Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready to get into the rundown, Ketel?
Sure. Okay. We got quite a bit tonight, so let's get into it. All right. We got our hot topics tonight. All while being black. Interesting. Police called on Airbnb renters. Also, police called on a woman taking a nap at Yale. Also, touring while being brown. Really. And U.S. apologized to Canadian cabinet minister. That should be interesting. Our hidden and quitted headlines. Thousands of elderly disabled face eviction from nursing homes. Clara Harris is released. Spotify deletes R. Kelly songs from its own playlist. Wow. Starbucks bathroom policy has changed. And another new Prince album coming in 2019. Wow. What's popping with Poppa DD? Blankenship ruling for Senate. Our weird news, a woman 95 jailed after slipper slapping granddaughter. Okay, don't say that too fast. Also, Paris Museum welcomes naked visitors, and a drunken man causes commuter chaos. I'm just saying with Redwine, what happened to common decency. Also, living for the city with Poppa DD. He got a big surprise for us tonight. My Hollywood wrap-up, I'm going to talk about Joy Behar. To Kill a Mockingbird, and Henrietta Lacks and Rihanna. Our cocktail of the week is Pepper Peach Tea, Tom Collins. Say that 20 times. Also, our Kiss It list and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because we're sipping on the Pepper Peach Tea tonight, and we'll be back with the hot topics.
Girl, what are you using on your skin? And your hair looks so thick and beautiful.
I've got a secret.
I know you're going to share it with your girl.
Well, just between you and me, I found a new product that makes my skin glow and my hair fabulous, too. It's bull semen.
No bull. Stop playing.
For real, bull semen gives me this glow and keeps my skin nice and soft and feeling good.
Where in the world did you get bull semen?
From a bull, of course, but only my distributor knows for sure. I can hook you up. Check it out.
Bull semen is great for your hair, nails, skin, and everywhere else where it doesn't feel right. Just warm the tube of bull semen. Put on some Barry White music. Massage the tube using slow circular motions. And when the semen comes out of the tube, put some in your hair, on your nails, on your skin, and wherever you want. Before you know it, you'll be glowing. Your hair will be growing, and your friends will want to be knowing.
I'm ordering my tube of bull semen today.
Order 2. I'm almost out.
Bull semen. Do not use internally, or pregnancy could occur. And we're not responsible for that. Order yours today. And that's no bull.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
She's got tan. She had some,
I'm feeling good.
What's that stuff they put in your arm in the hospital?
I don't know anything about that.
IV or something?
Oh, is that what it is?
She got a dose of IV up in her. From
Mm-mm.
the French guy. And,
No, I'm just raring to go. So let's get started with these hot topics. We have a topic tonight called All While Being Black. And we've got several topics under there because there have been a lot of incidents that happened recently, all while being black. So I'm going to kick it off with the first one.
Go for it.
Police called on Airbnb renters. And this one happened when Kelly Fry Marshall and some friends stayed in Rialto, California. They were at an Airbnb, and they said that at first everything was normal. When they finished, they left. They locked the place up, the house that they were in, she and her 3 friends. 2 of the friends were African American like her. They checked out of the Airbnb, dragged their luggage to their vehicle, and then she said things got weird. 7 police cars showed up. The whole neighborhood looked like it had just gotten locked down just that quick. So the police told her and her friends to put their hands in the air and then informed them that a helicopter was tracking them. So it turns out somebody had called the police on them thinking that they might be burglars. So it turns out that it was a neighbor that was across the street, saw 3 black people packing luggage into their car and assumed that they were stealing from the house that they came out of. So the lady called the police, white lady, called the police.
Oh, boy.
So,
God.
Yeah. So Ms. Marshall said at first we joked about the misunderstanding and took videos and photos along the way. But after about 20 minutes into it, the whole thing escalated. So then a police sergeant showed up and said he didn't know what Airbnb was. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. What is Airbnb? Never heard of it.
Oh, my God.
So then the group showed the police their booking confirmations, and they had to phone the landlord of the house where they just rented to convince the police that they were telling the truth. And the whole thing lasted for about 45 minutes. So Rialto Police Lieutenant Dean Harden told CNN that the person who called the police was an elderly white woman and that she did not recognize this group of females as being her neighbors. So that's why she got all worked up and called the police. So the group ended up being released. Yeah, the group ended up being released without any incident.
Nosy. Just a nosy ass in there. Mind your damn business, lady. What was the neighbor's name?
They didn't release her name. They just said an elderly white woman.
Yeah, she need to go find something to do.
Yeah, she really does.
All
right. They coming to get you, Kat.
I hope not. They come to get that woman.
Yeah, they need to get her.
Yeah,
all right,
so
let's see.
Papa's over there quiet. What you think about that, Papa?
Well, I just personally think there's ignorance all the way around. You know, I've always, and we talked about this on previous shows, how police, well, in most cases, usually Caucasian police is being called by Caucasian people, and they all really carry the same fear for what they're about to encounter. And the callers call, and they make they say the most vicious thing to the 911 operator to get a quicker response. But instead of the police hashing it out as they get there and say when they get there they're going to defuse it no matter what, they go there with the attitude of staying high ranked on what somebody reported. And they don't know what, they don't knock it down. I mean, if somebody reported something to me, even no matter if I was a landlord and the tenants call, or not the tenants, let's say somebody didn't live there, say some water's leaking out of the house and nobody's there and yada, 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 I wouldn't expect, the complete worst and to open the door and see what was going on. But these policemen get the call from these people, and it's happened before, and this is nothing new. This is nothing new. I think this is the way that the gentleman was killed, Michael Brown. I think that's how he was killed, because somebody said that he was in the little convenience store causing all kind of, problems, and when the police showed up, they pointed at him, and he was over 6 feet tall. And when they tracked him down, the police had the attitude that this guy was shoplifting and threatening the owner of the thing and all that stuff, when he could have just talked to Michael Brown and probably just cooled the situation. But he went in with the authority. And this happens. However the 911 person reports it to the police come with that kind of attitude.
That's true.
And it's so sad.
Right.
They're supposed to be the facilitator of neutralizing the situation, not riding off the caller's ideal of what they think a situation was. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You got the next one. What else do we have under the topic of
I do?
all while being black?
Taking a nap at Yale?
Yeah.
I don't think I have that one.
Yeah. You got that one.
Really?
I can take the next one, yeah, but you got that one. Go ahead. What you got for us?
Let's see. Oh, I have it turned over. All right. Anyway, this one here is a black graduate student at Yale University says a white student, and it's always the same scenario. You hear the pattern here? It's amazing. The fear is unbelievable. I mean, we are being watched, scrutinized, misunderstood. It's amazing. All right, a black graduate student at Yale University says a white student called camp police on her after she fell asleep in a common room in her dorm. A common area meaning like the lounge area, the open area. And I guess this white woman just thought that Yale is supposed to be free of all vagrants in the misfits or what have you. So instead of her seeing her as a fellow student, and the other student was probably still trying to get their degree, and this other person was a graduate student. Okay?
Working on her next degree.
She working on her next degree. Now, she fell asleep in the common area of her dorm while studying early last week. Have books, all right? The 34-year-old graduate student, her name was Lolita Salambala. She must be of a foreign nature with this last name. Is Sanya Bala.
Sounds like an
Said that she was taking a nap amidst working on a marathon of paperwork when around 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning, a white female student flipped on the lights of the common room and told somebody she had no right to sleep in there, and then called the police. Yale later said the student had reported an unauthorized person in the common room. All right? Now, this white woman put all this stuff in her mind. She saw there was books there or what. First of all, it was 1:30 in the morning. Why don't you take your white ass to bed?
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing playing police officer in the common room?
Yeah. I mean, you're not the hall patrol. Who are you?
She's probably looking for somewhere to jack off her boyfriend. Anyway, all right. When the officers arrived at the dorm, Sambala, her name, who was pursuing a master's degree in African studies, she recorded the encounter and posted a 17-minute video online. She said, "I deserve to be there. I paid tuition like everybody else." She told the officers at first, refused to give the officers her ID, unlocking her dorm room door instead of showing she had appropriate access in the building. She just wanted to unlock her door. She said, well, I got keys to this damn room, and this is my stuff up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So anyway, the university later said that containing a different preferred name than she was in the school said she used a different name than she was on the official school records.
So they still trying to find something.
I'm not going to justify my existence here, she said during the exchange. Okay, so when she confirmed the student who called, when she confronted the student who called the police, the white student said, "I have every right to call the police. You cannot sleep in that room." All right.
Can I comment on that, Papa?
Yeah, go ahead.
The key word, 2 words, as you said, is common room. Common room. Anybody can go in that damn room. White, black, yellow, green, it doesn't matter. Common room.
That's
so
right.
That white woman, she need to go sit her ass down somewhere. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cussing, but she need to sit her ass down. That's why people will start getting tired of this BS. Why don't we need to turn this on the other side? We need to start calling the white folks. Somebody sleeping in the daggone common room, we're going to call the police, and we're going to see what they're going to say. Nothing.
Oh, they probably won't even show up.
I tell you,
Okay.
I'll tell you a story here, a true story. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Philadelphia, downtown Philly. I had to take care of some business up there in City Hall, right? And across the street from City Hall, Temple University has a store that they sell all their little stuff at, little everything from a bib for a baby to Temple everything. It's their little store. But in that store, they have a coffee shop and the seating area, and they sell food. They make food in there, stuff like that. But the biggest area in the back belongs to all the paraphernalia you can buy, sweatshirts, sweatpants, anything with Temple University in it. Now, me and my brother was in there. He was with me. We were getting a coffee. So while we're waiting on the coffee, the bathroom is around the side, and you still need a key for it. And we saw people come in the door of this Temple place, ask the people behind the counter for the key. They would give them the key, went to the bathroom. While we were in line, we saw at least 5 or 6 white folks get the bathroom key and go in there. Didn't buy nothing. Used the bathroom, went right back out the door. And this is the same city now that held them black guys at Starbucks under scrutiny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm saying to myself, wow, this is amazing how these white folks are coming in this store and using the bathroom and just leaving out and giving the key back and leaving out. And I said, well, wow, what? This goes to show that the person who was running Starbucks at the time had a problem with black people from the beginning, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And all her prejudices went full circle, and she finally had a chance to put it on Front Street, and she put it on Front Street.
Wow.
And we know how long people sit in Starbucks, right? How long have you seen white folks sitting in Starbucks stealing Wi-Fi and sitting there babysitting one coffee?
For hours at a time.
Okay. We ain't going to talk about that. That's been going on for years. They be in the back with their feet up, with their hair down, and in their little pajama pants, and just like they live there.
That's their office.
I'm telling you, I've seen white folks in Starbucks so relaxed dressed that they almost look like vagrants or refugees. It's amazing.
But you said the key word, too, again. I mean, pajamas. I mean, isn't that indecent exposure?
Yeah, they just sit there any way they want to. They just sit there and just...
Right.
And the flag them black guys like that was just that owner, not even owner, the manager, just showing her true prejudice. And it was a female white woman again, focusing on. So, it's amazing. I tell you, we are marked people. We are looked at in everything we do, in planes, trains, automobiles, you name it. Whatever we do, walk, eat, and whatever, white folks are looking at us because we have always entertained them. And now when they think we got more going on than they do, they just want to dog us. We're driving a nice car on the highway. They'll get behind us, look in the mirror, and blow their horn, move out of the way. Because I'm full of white trash and you got a nice car in front of me, black man. It's what it translates to be. I mean, it's got to really keep your eyes.
You're right.
What you got going on there?
Well, I got one more under this category. This one
What is the category?
This is all while being black.
All while being black.
Yep. This one is called Touring While Brown. This one is about two Native American brothers that ran into a problem at Colorado State University. Thomas, I don't want to botch his name up.
Botch it.
Thomas Kanewakaran Gray said that police stopped him and his brother when they were with a tour group in the gym at Colorado State University. He described the officers' questioning as being very aggressive, and the officers wanted to check their pockets. Why? Because some white woman called the police and said that, they were concerned because these two guys, she didn't know who they were and that they weren't, responsive to questions and whatnot. And he was trying to explain that his younger brother is very shy and really didn't have anything to say. They came up from New Mexico. They were there to get a tour of this university, and they came up late. So they just kind of when the tour's already started and they're moving around, whatever, they just came up and joined the tour because they were late. So this woman got nervous and called the police and said, she was worried and she was concerned. And when she called the police, now, she told the police that they didn't belong with the tour group. She didn't know who they were. They just came up and joined the tour and all this kind of stuff. Now, they're saying that the police, when they talked to them, said that the people were worried because you guys were real quiet and they didn't know who you were because you didn't show up with any parents or anything. I'm like, really? That's your excuse? So am I to believe then that everybody else on the tour had a parent or parents with them? Is that the implication there? So anyhow, they said, of course, once the police started questioning them, the tour went on without them. So from that point forward, they missed the rest of the tour. So according to the recording, of course, that was made, the caller told the dispatcher that the teens arrived late in the tour and didn't respond to questions about their names or what they wanted to study. I don't know why they didn't respond or whether her account is accurate as to what happened, but that's what the caller said. So it went on. The woman called and told them that they are definitely not part of the tour. Now, that's what she said. They're definitely not part of the tour. Now, this was a 45-year-old white woman from Colorado. She said their behavior is just really odd. And she said, I've never called ever about anybody, but they just joined our tour and they won't give me their names. And when I asked what they want to study, like everything else, they were lying. They were just lying the whole time. Now, if they weren't answering your question, how are they lying? So who's really lying?
They didn't understand. Right. They didn't understand what you were asking. That's all.
Right.
And why you were asking. I'm part of the tour. Why are you questioning me?
But the point is, but the cops and the lady is saying that they were unresponsive to questions, but then why is she saying they were lying? For you to lie means you got to open your mouth and say something. So you can't have it both ways. Either they weren't talking or they were talking and saying something that was not true. So this is a bunch of bull as usual. So as it turns out, Colorado State University has, of course, apologized profusely.
We love Negroes.
Oh, the Native Americans, that was not our intention. And now they're inviting the two brothers to come back to the school, saying that they'll pick up the tab for all their travel and give a VIP tour for them and their family, trying to make restitution for the bullcrap. Yeah, really.
They don't want to get sued.
This 45-year-old white lady who called.
She was a teacher?
I don't know. She was with the tour or something.
The tour guy.
She was with the tour group.
If I was, you know what I would do if I was those guys? If I was those guys, I would say, look, I accept your apology, but what I want you guys to do is allow me and my partner.
And my brother.
And my brother to gangbang.
Oh, Lord.
That white woman, okay? Feel every hole she got.
Oh, my Lord.
All right.
Don't do it. Don't hurt the white lady. Don't hate the white lady. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him, Papa.
Can we just get free tuition for both of them?
No,
4 years free tuition.
I want her to be pro-black men at the end of the session.
Oh,
now you know what? That would be a step above something. For year tuition, that would be nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
that's what they need.
I'm just saying. But you know, that's the case again. Getting serious. That's the case again where the police exactly listened to the call that came through instead of thinking that maybe the caller is bugging a little bit, because when you're a police officer, you have to protect yourself on both sides of the coin. You can't let the call that comes through all the time persuade you, because that might be dead wrong today, and the chances are greater that it's dead wrong. And don't come in there with the attitude. You need to come in first of all protecting yourself. If you got a partner with you, one of y'all go to the victim, one of y'all go to the assailant, and y'all both figure out what's the problem. Now y'all come back to each other, the officers, and say, okay, what did he say? He's full of crap. Looks like the black guy's telling the truth. He's the one a little more. He's not all upset and breathing crazy, and So I think they really need to,
Anyway.
So if you got any questions or comments on that, give us a call at, what's our number here? 914-803-4306 and press 1 and give us your comment on how you feel about it, whether you agree with the police, the mostly white callers, or the black victims. Who's right, who's wrong? And
I'm just curious. Is it us?
Is it us or what?
All right.
Remember we're paying the bills? Is the way my clothes come off? Is it the way my... Anyway.
Anyhow, Ketel, I'm going to go over to you. What you got for us?
Y'all just had to give me 45. Anyway.
That's your boy.
But look, this is who is apologizing. The U.S. apologizes after Canadian cabinet minister is asked to take off his turban at an airport. Come on, y'all. Really?
Oh, no.
Okay. Let me get right into this. President Trump administration officials have apologized to a Canadian cabinet minister after an airport security agent asked him to remove his turban during a security check. This is at the Detroit Metro Airport. He was on his way back to Canada. Minister of Innovation, Science, and Economic Development, his name is Navdeep Bains, who is a Sikh, S-I-K-H, and for who wearing a turban is mandatory for his religion, said he was repeatedly asked to take off his turban off, and it was only when security agents realized who he was that they allowed him to travel. So in the end, Baines did not remove his turban. He goes on to say, I was very frustrated and disappointed that this occurred, but ultimately, I was allowed to fly. Bain said in comments delivered to a group of 7 women's some tour. He was in Toronto. But it was because of who I was, and that should not be the case. It doesn't matter what your status is and what your position is. It shouldn't matter. The article goes on to say Mike England, he's a spokesman for the U.S. Transportation Security Administration. Of course, we have to get some hierarchy to explain to us, said closed-circuit video showed that the officer conducting the screening did not follow standard operating procedures and has received additional training. Here we go, additional training.
Oh, please.
But England says security agents do have the right to search headwear. He says all persons wearing head coverings may be subject to additional security screening, which may include an officer-conducted or self-conducted pat-down. TSA does this to ensure that prohibited items like weapons and concealed things, beneath the type of clothing that you wear, if it's not visible. So, yep, 45 had to apologize.
No, it never stops.
It never stops. You're right. It never does. So, what do you do? And here again, it's because of the way people look and the way they dress. I mean, he wears that for his religion.
Right. So once they knew what his position was, they let him slide. They didn't harass him any further. But if he had just been an average Sikh, what are they called, Sikh?
Blow.
Yeah, if he would just been an average person of that religious faith wearing a turban, they would have made that man remove his turban like they do with Muslim women when they want them to remove their hijab.
Hijab?
I don't understand it.
Hijab?
Yeah, isn't it what it's called, a hijab?
I never wore one.
Mm-hmm. Well, the headgear that Muslim women wear. And I apologize. I'm wrong.
But see, my thing is, first of all, you should look at the person's, credentials first, and see who they are that you are, checking out or whatever. Just remove your hat or your turban or whatever the TSA called it. Come on now, that's just downgrading. That's just, you don't respect that person's religion and his way of life and the way he wears his clothes.
Right, but we can't expect people to respect that because they don't.
And I say it. Yeah, I say it,
Yeah, I do understand that for security reasons, they have to check everything, because I wear my hair long and I have locks. When I go through airport security, they ask me, would I please lift my hair up so they can look underneath to make sure I'm not hiding anything.
Really?
So I guess if I had, yeah, they do.
What's underneath your hair?
Every single time. They ask me to go through the metal detector thing, and then once you get through that, they say, okay, ma'am, would you please lift your hair up? Because they don't want to, that'd be a little bit of an invasion of my personal space if they did it. So they asked me, would you please lift your hair? So I have to raise my locks so they can look underneath and make sure I'm not hiding anything of, any dangerous thing up under there.
Wow.
Well,
and then they let you go.
What if you said no? Were they going to wrestle you down to the ground? You know
what? I don't know, and I'm not trying to find out. But I would think that they would probably take you over to some other room and get a female officer to do it for me.
If you said no, you'd be like that.
If I refuse to do it.
You'd be like that man in that song, Living for the City. Come on, get in that cell, nigga. God.
Oh, gosh. I ain't trying to do all that.
No,
right,
it was not that extreme.
Yeah, but, anyhow, I'm going to go to a caller and see if we can get another opinion on the topic. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Friday Night Pajama Party Show. What's up?
Yes, how y'all doing?
Hi, how you doing?
My question is, I was looking at something that happened a week ago at a Nordstrom rack store. Did y'all hear about that?
Oh.
Yeah,
no.
I did hear about that.
No, I didn't hear about it.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Oh, wait, well, caller,
tell
please.
us the story.
Caller, tell us the story, please, first.
Okay,
if you don't mind.
It was 3 blacks in a Nordstrom rack store shopping for prom. And employees and some of the people, customers, were white, as usual, looking, and they called the police on them.
Wow.
When they look at
they thought they were shoplifting.
Yeah, we look at clothes, the people they look at them. When they bend down, they bend down.
Wow. I'll tell you, we're being watched on everything we do. Everything we do.
But it goes back to what I always said. We always have to look the part. If you're going out there and going to look for, you going shopping, don't have your pants on the ground or just looking like a bum. Look like something. At least halfway. Not just, just mummified.
But you know what, Ketel? I agree with you to a point, but I also feel like if I feel like wearing my slouchy pants and an oversized sweatshirt because that's just how I'm feeling today, that's what they do.
That's right.
I've gone in stores when I'm going shopping, when I look like something and they look like less than nothing, and I don't see salespeople following those white folks around that look like a bum that rolled off of a park bench.
On the weekend, white
but you're going to walk behind me. I'm wearing a blazer and some fitted jeans and my boots. I'm looking like new money, even though I don't have any, but I'm looking like new money. But they're going to walk around behind me. Oh, can I help you find something? I'm like, no, I'm just looking.
And also, we have to remember too that we cannot hang white folks too high on a pedestal, because the reason why they look at blacks is because they already know what a thief looks like, and it's them. So therefore, they're looking at themselves when they're looking at a shoplifter. How do you, if you don't have a shoplifter experience or negligent behavior experience, then why did that grab your attention so strong? Because you've seen yourself in that person before anything else. I mean, you know, if you want to get deep with that.
That was kind of deep, Papa. Yeah.
It is. Well, you know, because I'm going to tell you, game recognize game. Yeah. And poor white trash recognize a Negro that they think going to do what a poor white trash does. Because if you go to Ohio right now, the level of heroin abuse and things like that is so deep, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. But that's not being talked about at all nowhere, because those are voters that they're trying to build. You see the little tents that they're building in the center city. They have these different tents where people can actually go in and get their fix. Because they need to keep these people strong, because the midterms election is coming up, and they need that white vote. Even though the white vote, that white arm is strung out, they're going to make that arm nice and strong so it can pull a lever, all right, during the November midterm elections. That's why they're building all these tents and everything. Oh, you want to shoot up? Come on. You can have it's called supervised galleries. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Because they don't want to lose them. You know, when people are strung out on crack, they let them just roll down the river. You know, mostly the black situation, so to speak. But the heroin epidemic is being nurtured and babysat.
Well, Carla, what did you think about that situation at Nordstrom Rack?
Well, that's what happens, you know, typical, like Poppa DD said, black, it's the way they label us. They have a target on our back. They don't know when to shoot the gun. Well, I witnessed something, an incident last week at Home Depot. Okay. A young man was taking a package back in. He was taking some type of machine back in that he rented. Okay. Now, it was in a box. He put it back in the box. There is a white salesman standing there, not saying anything. Black young lady thinks she's, you know, another color. So she say, "Oh, you have to open up the box. I have to check it." So this lady behind him say, "Why are you asking him to open up? Because he's black?" I said, "No, she didn't go there."
Oh,
I had to walk out to Home Depot. I said, "Let me get out of here for the cavalry come." Okay. The white
strong words.
manager, she turned around and walked away like, "I ain't getting involved in them." Okay. I'm not getting involved in this.
Wow.
Me neither. Okay.
So how does the sales? Well, you don't know because you left. You don't know how the salesperson handled that.
Well, I seen the guy coming out counting money, so apparently everything was okay. He come out the door, like maybe 2 minutes after me. Okay.
Oh boy!
But you don't say because he's black. That's why you want him to open up the box.
Okay.
It's hard out here for black folks.
She opened up a can of worms. Yep.
Oh, we didn't even. You know what? Hey, caller, did you hear about the barbecue stores? Some black folks got the police called on them for barbecuing. I didn't grab the story, but I put it on the Kiss It list. I think it was in California somewhere. Yeah, they were barbecuing down by some lake, and the lake has designated barbecue areas. So they were in the designated barbecue area, but apparently there's different areas for barbecuing with charcoal and barbecuing with, I guess, propane or something, non-charcoal. So this particular black family had charcoal going in a non-charcoal barbecue designated area. So this white woman comes up and jumps all in their crap, talking about, oh, you're not supposed to be here. You can't. You gotta go. You gotta go. And they were like, "Ma'am, all these people around here barbecuing. Why are you bothering us?" She was like, "You can't barbecue right here. This is not the right spot. You gotta go." And they were like, "We're not going anywhere." She calls the police, and the police come and they're like, "Look, I guess the police wanted to really tell her, look, stop bothering us with this bull crap.
Exactly.
But they basically told her, look, the city ordinance says, yes, there are areas that are designated for charcoal.
Right.
This is not one of them, but this is not a police matter, so chill. But she was hot. She was all, aggressive to this family, harassing them.
And that was to my point earlier.
Like, you're not police. You're not the park patrol.
The police have to come there and analyze what is going to put their life in danger by following up strong on some bullshit. If I don't know, if I was a police officer, I swear, when I went to a scene, I wouldn't care what the 911 person told me, unless it was domestic violence. That's one of the number one things that you really can't, because, when the boyfriend, the girlfriend, girl on girl, boy on boy, when that shit get ugly, it just get ugly. But anyway, any other situation, a police should come up there and be like, yo, what's going on? All right, what's happening here? And let the people on the scene tell you the story. But don't come out, and that's just ignorance, the ones that get out of the car. They're informed by a 911 operator. They pursue it out, and then the people call. If they said it was the black gentleman doing that, the black guy, 4 black guys, that was that black guy. And that resonates. That resonates through the whole thing.
Get me in that type of situation is, if you call, it'll take forever coming.
Right, because you're not throwing the excitement to get them there.
They come out a helicopter. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, that's the sad part. But you know how to rectify that? I got a solution for that. Why not just rectify the issue on the phone? If you're not in this 20 categories an urgent episode that's going on, guess what? We're not getting involved. You have to call somebody else. Because we don't get, like you said, Papa, you're right.
Why don't you just call the fire department to come put the damn barbecue out?
See what I'm saying? Okay. There you go.
I mean, they make a federal case out of nothing. If I saw a group of white teenagers skateboarding down my neighborhood street, and I knew they didn't belong here and they don't live here, why should I call 911 for that?
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they're tearing up people's cars, unless the skateboards are going over top of vehicles and then you're destroying property.
Since you said that today, it was like 15 of them. Them little scooters they got now, they be flying around on.
Yeah.
The little scooters. It was like 15 little young blacks. The white woman standing there just looking at them and with her phone. I'm like, why is she looking at them like that? Huh? Because there's too many of them. That's what it is. But y'all fly out them all day. Don't nobody looking at y'all.
There you go.
It don't make no
sense.
That's what happened with those dirt bikes and stuff. Not dirt bikes. What are those bikes that people were tripping out about?
Them
the guys
buggies,
riding
them
on
buggies,
motorcycles, mini bikes.
But you know what? But caller, as you said, white folks were the origin, and I say white folks in not a general nature. But the white folks who know who we talking about,
they know who they are.
You know who you are.
Right.
White folks been riding around with those little ATVs for years. Them little dirt bikes ever since Evil fucking Knievel. Okay? So please, don't get me started. And now all of a sudden that black folks got a hold of this stuff and they ain't got it no more because they're looking at another direction. See, the sad part about it when I say with most people like that, people of another persuasion, they're never satisfied. They're never satisfied. No matter what black folks do new, I don't care. You could be just a paying your bills kind of person and ride a nice car, jump in a nice clean car. There's a white guy going to come by in a pickup truck and be hating on you because you got a decent Ford Taurus that you just got through the car wash. It's nice and pretty and shiny. He looking at you like, huffing and puffing with his flannel shirt on, with his Marlboros in his pocket. Just as hating as it could be because his life has become completely 215. He's normal as hell. He's got the wife and the baby in a trailer park, living out in somewhere in southern Maryland. Please don't get me started, please.
All right.
All right.
Don't make me dance.
Oh no, don't make you dance.
Don't make me dance.
All right. All right, caller. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for joining the convo. We're going to put you back on regular listen, and we're going to go take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the hit it and quit it, right, Kel?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, just checking. We'll be right back.
I'm going to call 911 because some black folks sitting
out. He's going to call 911. We'll be right back.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier, or is it Misery Loves Company, or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Woo!
Hello.
And Redwine.
Ow! Bonsoir.
Okay.
Que pasa? That's Spanish.
That's that free testosterone.
Anywho, it's time for the... I'm not even messing with you, Poppa DD. It's time for the Hit It and Quit It headlines, and I'm up first. Let's talk about the elderly people that are getting ready to get booted from the nursing homes in Louisiana. What is that about?
That was Louisiana?
Yes, in Louisiana. In Louisiana, tens of thousands of elderly and disabled people could soon lose their Medicaid benefits because the state of Louisiana is facing a budget shortfall of more than, check this out, more than $500 million. Now, eviction notices started going out yesterday to some of these nursing home residents, to thousands of people in these between nursing homes and group homes. Now, one resident, Betty Waller, who's 89, is a polio survivor. She lives in a nursing home in Baton Rouge. She said that her life savings pay for part of her care, but Medicare is needed for the rest. But on July 1st, she could be one of the roughly 37,000 people in the state that are going to lose their Medicare eligibility if the state can't balance their budget. So Jim Tucker, who runs 12 nursing homes in the state capital of Baton Rouge, and said that 800 of his patients could be told to leave. They said that this stuff has the potential to kill people, literally, if people lose their Medicare benefits. They can't live without it. So the governor is saying, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but these cuts are so catastrophic that we should not contemplate them, but we need to sit here with the legislature and figure out what we need to do to fix it. They said the legislature has failed to act during their fiscal session last year and a special session this year. So they had two opportunities to deal with this, and they didn't do anything about it or couldn't resolve it. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but that's what's happening down in Louisiana in nursing homes. If they don't get that budget.
Crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully they're going to work on that budget.
I hope so.
How did the budget trickle down to the nursing home?
You know what?
Out of all the other milk and honey in that damn...
It's Medicaid. The only other thing I can think
No,
of...
wait a minute. Let's not go to Medicaid again. Like I said, out of all the other milk and honey in that state.
But that's what I'm telling you. This is the Medicaid budget. This is what happens when people start pinching off of different things that are earmarked for certain things. If money is earmarked for Medicaid, and then let's say 5 to 10 years ago, the state started pinching off of that, saying, oh, well, there's plenty in that budget. Let's take some of that and put it over there. Let's take some of this and put it over here. And by the time you finish doing that, now come forward to 2018 and you start looking at, we about to run into a $500 million deficit for Medicare.
Wow.
So that means some of these people in these homes that depend on nursing Medicare might have to get put out.
Well, that's because you decide not to touch anybody else.
Exactly. That's the problem.
And because, let me say this here. What about the farming districts down there? They get money earmarked to them all the time, and they walk around with a couple pigs, a couple cows, a couple chickens, and they act like they busy. You know, let's not mess with the farmers. Everybody needs them to eat. Hell, we don't need. Take away the 17 farms and what town we talking about? Louisiana?
Baton Rouge?
Yeah, I don't need to have my Brussels sprouts to come from damn Baton Rouge.
I don't know.
I'll get them from Jersey. So
you want to come from China?
No, I'll get them from New Jersey or somewhere. But I'm just saying, the reason why they mess with the nursing homes is because they're trying to cover everybody else's ass and keep everybody else functional.
Well, that's what I said. If you start pinching from that budget and put money in other buckets, then when the time comes for that money to be needed, if you haven't figured out a way to put it back, you end up with
they're not really pinching. It's not given to them. They're not messing with the farmers. They're not messing with every other society in that area that they feel to deem as necessary. But the sad part about it is that the legislation is putting this stuff through. In 30 years, they're going to be in a fucking nursing home, excuse the expression.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't nobody exempt to age, you know.
Well,
I mean, what's this, Father Time? Father Time ain't got no, you know.
I'm going to put the Baton Rouge State
Legislators.
Baton Rouge legislators on the kiss it list.
Mm-hmm.
All right, over to you, Ketel. What's
whack
up?
Their pee-pee, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Pull their pants down and whack their pee-pee,
good.
honey.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, honey. That's the new discipline, honey. Whack that pee-pee, honey.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. This is an interesting story. Claire Harris, she walked out of prison after 15 years. She's supposed to have been doing 20, but she has good behavior. Harris was released this Friday, which was today, in Gatesville, not too far from Waco. Harris, she's a former Friendswood dentist, was convicted in 2003 for running over her husband, David Harris, at least 3 times with her Mercedes.
I remember her.
Outside the Nassau Bay Hilton after finding her,
around the circle.
Finding him with his mistress. Right.
I do remember
that. The act was caught on camera by private investigators hired by Harris, and she was in the vehicle with her stepdaughter. So now, after more than a decade behind bars, Harris has been granted parole. She'll have to follow certain conditions, which include no contact with her former in-laws, her stepdaughter, or David's former mistress. So don't be knocking on nobody's door and keying people's cars and stuff. She must also live in Galveston, the Galveston County, and wear an ankle monitor. She will remain on parole until February 2023. So, I mean, even though you're out of prison, you still got to abide by some rules, lady. So, yep.
So it sounds like she's on house arrest.
Yeah, seems that way. So she better stay away from those folks. If she don't, they're going to come get her and lock up for the remainder of her time. So, you say you're familiar with the story, Pop?
Yeah, he is. He just went back into the over to the snack area, but I remember that story. How she wasn't it like in a circle, a cul-de-sac or something. The way that parking lot was, she drove over a man and went around and came back around and rode over him again.
Oh my God! Yeah, she must have been losing her mind there. Yeah.
It was crazy. She was upset because he was sneaking around on her, and I guess she said, "Oh, you want to sneak?" And she ran that rascal over several times.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So she did how many years? Was it 10?
15.
Oh, 15.
She did 15. Yeah, 15 of her 20-year sentence. So it's been 20. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but it's all good. She's out now, so we'll see what she's gonna do.
They need to take her driver's license. That's what they need to do.
You know what? You're right. You got a good point there. She had to take public transportation for a minute until 2023, right?
Yeah.
Till she's off the road.
I would never let her get behind the wheel of a car legally again.
Ooh,
I feel like she abused her privilege to drive.
She had to take Uber or Lyft, huh?
There you go. All right. Well, I'm gonna move on. I got this is you know what? I kind of feel bad for the brother, but R. Kelly is in a mess again.
Oh,
so now Spotify has said that they are going to delete all the R. Kelly songs from their playlist. Now, Spotify says that they're the biggest streaming music service in America, and that they are going to remove R. Kelly's music from all their playlists as part of a new hate content and hateful conduct policy. And they just announced this on Thursday.
What?
So they're saying, well, what they said is that his music will still be available on Spotify, but they're not going to actively promote it like they used to. Because typically, if it's on like their main playlist, it would be on their homepage or something on Spotify.
Okay.
So they're saying now, if you're looking for R. Kelly stuff, you're going to have to actually search for it. You're not going to see it pop right up. Now, they're saying that we don't censor content because of an artist or creator's behavior, but we want our editorial decisions in terms of what they choose to program to reflect their values. Now, I don't know what their actual values are, but that's what they say. Now, if you go back into the history of it all, R. Kelly has been accused but never convicted. He has been accused by multiple women of sexual assault, coercion, and whatnot over the past 20 years. And his behavior has come under scrutiny in this era of, the hashtag Me Too. And apparently now there's a new hashtag called Mute R. Kelly going on social media. But he has vehemently denied any wrongdoing, and his management said that they, of course, have blasted Spotify's decision, but they said that the Spotify's decision is completely without merit, and they said that they're acting on false and unproven allegations, which I kind of have to agree. It's like, look, the man wasn't convicted of anything.
I think
y'all are nailing him and doing all this stuff based on allegations. And if that's the case, it's a lot of folk that's been, accused of stuff. So, what you gonna say, Papa?
He was spotted in the store last week buying baby bibs for his girlfriend.
Oh, here we go.
So
see, that's how rumors get started. Anyway. The story goes on to say that Spotify continues to promote other artists who are convicted felons and who have been arrested on charges of domestic violence, and artists who sing lyrics that are violent and anti-female in nature.
Drugs.
All that mess is still on there. There's one rapper who I'm not familiar with him, but he goes by the name of Extentation, and that's with 3 X's. Extentation.
Never heard of him.
Who has been accused. This guy's been accused of beating up his pregnant girlfriend. Now, Spotify reportedly pulled him from the playlist, allegedly. And now Pandora is jumping on the bandwagon, and they have they're saying that they are not currently promoting R. Kelly's music, but of course, if you search, it's still out there, but they're just not promoting it.
Here we go again. Yeah,
exactly.
Sound like the Bill Cosby syndrome. I'm telling you.
It makes you wonder. And it goes on to say that a music reporter named Jim DeRogatis brought a whole new round of scrutiny to R. Kelly last summer when he started these investigative reports on BuzzFeed that included an article where some parents described R. Kelly's home in the Atlanta suburbs as a cult where he held women against their will. So that kind of like started the whole thing all up again. And then now this week, Spotify made the decision, along with Pandora, to say they're not going to promote his music anymore.
But see how just a small use of words like cult and slaves and this and that, I mean, people gravitate to that. Like, oh, my God, you know, he's treating them like slaves and it's like a cult and, you know. But, you know, on the other hand, there was a young lady who said that's not true. That's not what's going on. Because I remember we reported the story because her father was I think was on her side or was it? It was something. I can't remember. But the girl would say that's not true. We're here because we want to be here.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I don't know who's telling the truth. But I do kind of feel like if he wasn't convicted of any of this stuff, I just feel like, is that really cool? I mean, is that right for them to decide that they're now going to pass judgment, you know, be the judge, jury, and the, what is it?
Executioner.
Yeah, executioner for R. Kelly. Right. I'm like, of all the dumb stuff, why y'all going to single him out now?
My mind keeps telling me.
Yeah, it sounds like some jealousy going on. I don't know.
It's crazy. All right. Just talking about driving while black. Let's get back on this Starbucks thing. I got an article here. Starbucks bathroom policy is changing. Oh, well.
Oh.
Let's tear this one apart.
Okay.
Starbucks has adopted an quote-unquote open bathroom policy following the arrest after last month of the two African-American men at a coffee shop in Philly. This Chairman Howard Schwartz says he doesn't want the company to become a public bathroom. Oh, really? But feels employees can make the right decision 100% of the time. Yeah, okay. I think she missed the mark, that woman. The rest of Rashawn Nelson, along with his childhood friend and business partner, here we go, Dante Robinson, set off a firestorm for the company, which will shut down 8,000 of his U.S. stores on the afternoon of May 29th to instruct 175,000 employees how to better recognize unconscious bias.
Oh, please.
Really?
They have to be taught that? Come on.
Oh, apparently so. But check this out. Let me finish the story. Access to store bathrooms, for which Schultz said Starbucks had maintained a loose policy, came into even sharper focus after another video taken in January emerged. The video shows a black man claiming he was denied access to a bathroom at a Starbucks in California, while a white man was allowed entry. Neither man had made a purchase, according to the video shot. So, you go figure.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
I'm not either. But we're going to see. So they're going to shut down 8,000 stores to train 175,000 employees. Out of that, probably 75,000 might get it right. 100,000, they don't give a crap's ass. They don't care. They're gonna continue to do what they want to do. So,
yeah, they're gonna train these people for one day, 1 hour or 3 hours, I think it is. Yeah, okay, that'll change.
Yeah, and by next week they'll be at it again.
They'll go out there saying, "Yeah, we know what to do." Sure, you do.
Oh, boy. Well, at least the guys, they did get something out the deal. They got an undisclosed sum of money and a free college education. So, and then they said to Philly that they wanted the city officials to start a program, a young entrepreneurs program with $200,000. So, we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right. We're going to keep it moving.
Okay. Well, if anybody got any questions or comments, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1. Back to you, Poppa DD. What you got?
I got another new Prince album is coming in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you should have done a story, Mr. That's your baby daddy.
That is my baby daddy.
All right, the Prince Estate and
yeah. Sing it, Ketel.
and Tidal.
Oh, that's Jay-Z's streaming service, Tidal.
Yeah, whatever. They're playing off of him. Announced today that the streaming service will exclusively debut an album of previously unreleased music by the late artist. According to the announcement, the album will contain previous unreleased music sources from Prince's vast archives of Volt recordings.
Oh, yeah.
The album, is expected to be released in 2019. We're streaming exclusively on, Tidal?
Mm-hmm, Tidal.
Tidal for 14 days. Will be available for download 7 days after the debut.
So, wait a minute, you can only, it's streaming or you can actually buy the album?
It sounds like it's a streaming situation, but they'll record it while it's streaming, you know that. That's no big deal. Once they find that, I guess they're still trying to get the kinks out of all this, being the state is in on this as well, so don't think they ain't in the studio too. You know, you got Jay-Z's people, Prince's people, and
I'm sure that a whole lot of folk had to approve it.
And Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
And they all sitting there trying to figure who's going to get what money, you know, but...
Wow.
So
I'm going to blow you guys' mind. You finished, Papa? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can...
I'm going to blow you guys' mind. In the article, it says Troy Carter, the main music advisor for Prince's estate.
Troy Carter? I know somebody named Troy Carter.
Do you really?
It must be a different Troy Carter.
It must be. Yeah, he's the main music advisor for the Prince's estate. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
More than one Troy Carter. Yeah. But,
they announced
pretty
also
cool, though.
It says that makes a continuation of Prince's 2015 partnership with Jay-Z, you know, through which they his Hit and Run Phase 1 and Phase 2 albums stated
I got both of them.
I know you do. The Prince's travel, which had been ongoing in the wake of the confused state-of-the-art business affairs after the death of an accidental overdose in April 2016. Certain Prince's releases maintain exclusively available on streaming for travel as well as the state of Minnesota.
Okay. Well, I'll be looking forward. You said that's coming when now? June?
I guess June of 2019.
Oh, 19. I'm thinking this year. I was all hyped up.
They ain't rushing this.
Okay. But they said they were going to release something else sometime this year. Some other unreleased things. So this is another project. But all right. We'll be on the lookout for it. Ketel, you need to make sure you keep an eye on it for the Hollywood wrap-up.
Yes, ma'am. Will do.
Let everybody know when my baby daddy got a new
Come on, baby daddy. Is it you, baby daddy?
All right, now.
All right. Well, thank you, Poppa DD. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with Poppa DD and What's Poppin'. You're listening to Pajama Party Show on Blog Talk Radio. We'll be right back.
What's your opinion? We want to know on the Late Night Adult Pajama Party. Call us now on 914-803-4306 and tell us if you agree or disagree, or if you don't care one way or the other. If you've been waiting all week to tell somebody what's on your mind, now is your chance. Dial 914-803-4306 and press 1 to speak with the Pajama Party live on the air. To listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the listen banner on the top right. If you'd like to advertise your business with us, get in touch on www.apajamaparty.com. So call us now on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We will get to you as quick as we can. Now, back to the Pajama Party Live.
All right, back at the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Put your hands up in the air.
Oh,
Wave them like you just don't care.
Okay.
Don't fly, everybody.
Yeah, they got a tent in Ohio for you.
I don't want to go.
Anyway,
what's poppin'?
What's poppin' tonight? We're gonna talk about what was so strange with this guy named Blankenship. And this man just came out of jail after the upper Big Branch mining disaster of April 2010, in which 29 people died. All right. The former Macy Energy chief executive Don Blankenship was found guilty of willfulness violating mine safety and health standards. He was sentenced to 12 months. All right, 12 months, and he came out after going to federal prison for 12 months for the whole situation with the people dying in the mining stories, and he runs for senator. Now, how the hell do you get out of jail and run for senator? I know people who got out of jail and they couldn't even,
Couldn't even vote.
They couldn't even vote. They couldn't do anything. They lucky to be out. They still sit on the stoop 5 years later. When's all this over? Is this a dream or whatever, But I don't get it. How do you run for senator when you went to jail? Aren't you supposed to be have some type of special action when you make a phone call or something? I don't know. It's really deep. But anyway, something to look into. But Blankenship lost the primary, so he won't be running the general election in October. They're going to have, you name it, everybody's running. You running for anything, Redwine? What you running for? Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not running. Only thing I'm running is my mouth.
Okay.
I ain't running for nothing.
How this man was able to have his name on the ticket for the primary for the U.S. Senate, and he just got out of jail. How is that possible?
This is in West Virginia, right?
Yeah, but still, how? It's just amazing. I don't know. I know brothers that got out of jail, they can't even vote. Still got an ankle bracelet for the next 5 years until the record companies. Not record company, but until you go through your procedures. I don't get it. How do you run for senator and your ass just got out of jail in May of 2017? So what the hell?
Is he able to do that?
I don't know whether Trump pardoned him because the president can pardon anybody, and it ain't got to be public news or public knowledge when they do so. So, like I said, it's a mystery to me. And I don't want to elaborate too much. I know we're short on time. But also, what's that?
I said I'm going to put him on the kiss it list then.
Yeah.
What else you got for us?
Well, the NBA, just so people know, the NBA is down to their Final Four, if you will, as far as the East Coast and West Coast conferences. All these games start over the weekend. You have, on the West Coast side, you have the Golden State Warriors are going up against the Houston Rockets. It's going to be a mean series and see who goes to the championship after that. And on the East side, you got LeBron James, of course. He struggled through it and knocked out Toronto and knocked out Miami, and here he is now up against the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics beat my Philadelphia 76ers, so the Sixers is out. They couldn't get to a higher platform level. So right now you have the Cleveland Cavaliers playing the Boston Celtics for the Eastern Conference for the opportunity to play either Golden State Warriors, which is Steph and Kevin Durant, up against the Houston Rockets, which is CP3, who's the State Farm guy, CP3, and Harden with the beard, and a few other great players. So that all starts this weekend. Houston and Golden State and the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics for the best of 7 whoever wins between those will play for the championship. So, anyway, that's all I got. All right. Anyway, okay, we'll go straight to the weird news. Let's see. I'll do it. I'll do the first one because Redwine's over here having some convulsions or something. What happened?
Let's see. I think Ketel's first.
Oh, Ketel, you got the woman 95 situation? Ketel?
Sure. I sure do. Okay. Daytona Beach, Florida. Sunnyside, Florida. Woman 95 jailed after slipper slapper granddaughter. 95 years old, Florida woman landed in jail after calling police for help during an argument with her defiant granddaughter. Daytona Beach Police Chief Craig Capri tells the Daytona Beach News Journal that Hattie Reynolds probably wasn't a threat, but her admission of slapping her granddaughter in the face with a slipper qualified as a domestic violence.
That's my girl.
An arrest report says Reynolds told police Saturday that she wanted 46-year-old Janine Williams out of her house because she was in bed soaking up the air conditioning Reynolds pays for. When Williams began screaming and swearing at her, Reynolds said she slapped her with the slipper. Police handcuffed Reynolds and took her to jail for the night. Records show a judge released her on her own recognizance.
They took a 95-year-old woman to jail.
Here again, we go back to the same thing. Now, if you beating up your daughter, that's your problem. That's not the police issue, okay? They're not threatening nobody outside of that establishment. So this is more or less, like Papa said, it's a domestic thing, but I guess when the slipper got involved, I guess, I'm like, come on, really?
But she slapped her with a slipper.
Oh, God.
She said, you ain't doing nothing but soaking up my air conditioning. I want you to go.
Oh.
Ooh, boy.
This woman is 95. They actually locked up a 95-year-old woman for slapping her 40-something granddaughter with a slipper.
Oh, I don't even believe it. Daytona Beach. I won't be going in those parts. You ain't got to worry about me.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Daytona Beach is very, hillbilly.
Is that what it is?
All right,
okay.
I got one for you. I got one out of Paris. Visitors at a leading contemporary art museum in Paris did not leave only their coats in the cloakroom, but they left all their clothes. The Palais du Tokyo Museum opened its doors to nudists for a special visit on Saturday. It's part of a growing effort by France's tiny nudist community to encourage acceptance of clothes-free activities after a nudist restaurant and a nudist park opened in the French capital, in Paris. The museum visit was arranged before regular hours so the nudists would not mingle with other visitors. They viewed an exhibit of contemporary works focused on discord, and the organizers said they're hoping to attract younger members and get rid of complexes around their nudist practices, which they don't want limited to beaches, summertime, or a certain category of the population. So they open the museum up before their regular hours to let the nudists come in and look at the art and whatnot, because the nudists said they're tired of being told you go to the nudist beach and stuff like that, and that's all y'all can do. They said, we want to go to the museum. So they said, all right, we'll open it early. Y'all can come in here. You can strip. You can look at the art. And then when regular folk come, you got to be gone before the people with clothing come in. Only in Paris.
Oui.
Yeah. I love Paris, but that's a bit much for me.
Is it my turn?
You wouldn't do that, Redwine?
No, I don't think I need to look at art naked. That's okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can look at something, but it doesn't have to be art in a museum. But anywho, over to you, Papa.
We got a drunken man who caused commuter chaos. This is in Burlington, I guess it's Burlington, Germany.
Burlington?
Berlin, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Berlin, okay, there's only one Berlin, which is the place where my man Jesse Owens smoked them motherfuckers back in 1936. Anyway,
fist in the air.
An intoxicated man, ill-advised decision to spend a night on a freight train caused commuter chaos in Munich, it is Germany, as police had to shut down all traffic at a busy station to look for him. Munich police said Monday they reached an emergency call. They received an emergency call at 5:20 in the morning from a man who said he woken up in a container on a train near the pacing station, Munich's third largest, and could not get out.
Wait a minute, he woke up in a train.
Oh my God!
In a car.
They received a call at 5:20 a.m. from a man who said that he woke up in a container, which is one of the things that trains pull, on the train near the passing station, Munich's third largest, and could not get out. But police said a 25-year-old city man was so drunk when he entered the container, he wasn't sure where it was.
So he can say I'm in a container and I don't know where I am.
So the police shut down all rail traffic and went train to train, eventually finding him at 6:20 a.m.
Good grief.
All right.
So he screwed up everybody's commute because he didn't know where he was. That's great.
God. Yep, it is. Okay.
So what ended up happening?
So, let's see. Police shut down all traffic and went train to train, like I said, eventually finding him at 6:20 a.m. In total, 86 trains were affected, with 1,280 minutes of delay, 37 cancellations, and 21 partial cancellations. The man faces trespassing-related charges.
He ought to throw the book at that nut.
Yeah, that's how it crumbles. When there's a service disruption and they're backing stuff up, that's what happens. It just gets...
So they had to cancel stuff?
Of course,
partially
because the
cancel
time is
stuff?
passed for a passenger train. A passenger train only gets priority during their time frame. And when you're late over a certain time, then the freight train takes back over the rails again. They got things.
But can you imagine if you're somebody who's just trying to get to work and now you're late, you call your boss and say, look, I'm running late because they're looking for some drunk man who's lost on a train and they shut everything down. The boss is probably like, yeah, right.
Yeah, yep, you're right. Got to come up with something better than that.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, we're going to take another quick break, and then we're coming back with moi, and I'm just saying, on, okay, there's the peanut gallery in the background, on Pajama Party Show on Blog Talk Radio. We'll be right back with I'm Just Saying.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only. No clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party? Where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's popping with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me. Tell her with the yellow sign. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter. And don't forget to kiss the list.
Okay, now is the time for me to sing?
Oh, no. We don't have time for all that.
Oh, she could sing.
Oh.
Let's get back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right. Redwine's freaking out over there for some reason. I had to go and talk to some of my constituents in the back of the studio. I come up in Redwine, and she's losing her mind. She's looking for a replacement for me. Something I don't know what she's thinking.
Yeah, I'm holding auditions next week. So,
all right.
Anyway, I'm going to move on into I'm Just Saying.
Okay. So can we all sit back now and watch you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, relax yourself.
All right. I'll set my eyes for a minute.
Oh, please. Anyway, tonight I'm just saying, what happened to common decency? That's what I want to talk about tonight, common decency. After hearing so many inappropriate comments from people in power who really ought to know better, tonight I'm just asking, whatever happened to common decency? I'm just saying, there was a time when we were brought up to know the difference between what you should and should not say, particularly in a common setting. Things like not speaking ill of the dead and respecting your elders, even if they're not related to you, or just showing general courtesy to everybody. Doesn't matter who they are, you just show courtesy. What happened to that? Today, we heard Kelly Sadler, who's a White House aide, make a public statement about Senator John McCain. Now, we all know Senator John McCain is losing his battle to brain cancer. He's been planning his own funeral, etc. We get that. But this woman, Kelly Sadler, who is on the Kiss It list, came out of her mouth and said Mr. McCain's opinions don't really matter anymore since he's dying anyway. What is wrong with her? I mean, really? What kind of ill-mannered, rude person would say that into a microphone? You know, it's bad enough to say it to a room of people that you know, but to say it for the whole world to hear, that tells me that she thinks it's okay to say things like that and that she had no problem with it. I don't understand what that's about. Whatever happened to just common decency? Okay, I'm just asking. Now, these paranoid white people who keep calling the police on black people or brown people, basically for just breathing while black, what is that about? I understand that people want to look out for their neighbors and all, but here's the thing. If your neighbors don't tell you that they rent out their home to Airbnb people, maybe you need to mind your own business too. If they wanted you to know, they would have told you. So stop trying to be all up in people's business, calling police when it's not necessary. Those women that rented that Airbnb that we talked about earlier, they were minding their own business. Cops descended on them like they had knocked off a bank and killed somebody. I'm just saying, people, really relax. Take a chill pill. There is nothing decent about that kind of behavior. And now we got a president that name calls on Twitter. And the people in his cabinet are following his lead. The White House has become a revolving door of personnel. First, you got Trump saying how great these people are, and then once he gives them the boot, he gets on Twitter and rips them to shreds. Who does that other than Trump? What happened to just common decency? I keep going back to that. People are trying to act like being decent is a thing of the past, or like it's old-fashioned or out of style, played out or whatever, but that's not true. Decency never goes out of style. In fact, people who have real class and style understand decency, and they exercise it every day of their life without even thinking about it. It's like second nature, you know. It's a way of life for them, and it's what their parents taught them. And they do it just by habit. They don't even have to think about it. I think we all need to take a page from their book and get with the program, okay? I'm just saying, decent is decent. And it should just be the right thing to do. It shouldn't be something that you have to think about and contemplate. It should just come out of habit. So this is Redwine, and I'm just saying decency is not played out. And if you think it is, we need to all bring it back.
All right. I agree with you on that, Redwine. That was a good one.
I mean, if it's out of control. Just out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
Anyway.
Keep it moving. Yep. Anyway. All right.
Yeah,
what you got going on?
Oh, let me see.
Papa!
Poppa DD's up with Living for the City. Let me see.
Right.
I'm gonna put a quick break on and go get him. He's in the back part of the studio. We'll be right back with Living for the City on Blog Talk Radio.
It's Friday night, and you're listening to the Pajama Party Show Live. Tune in every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. We push it to the limit every week like only we can. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, TV and movie reviews, commentaries, and the world's famous Kiss It list. And you don't want to be on the Kiss It list. So visit apajamaparty.com. Check out the cocktail of the week. Get your glass and get your laugh on with the Pajama Party Crew, doing what we do right here with you. Get up on this and push it. Push it real good.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay, for Living for the City, we're going to talk about why are there female journalists, period. I mean, Redwine and Ketel.
You really want to go there?
In particular, I mean.
Mm-hmm. They're here and whatnot.
You trying to start some mess tonight. All right, go ahead. Go on, start some mess.
Like Redwine said, I'm just saying, you know.
Mm-hmm. Get your own material.
The point, you know, emotions and overzealousness. I mean, you know.
You must have bumped your head.
No, whoever let y'all in bumped their head. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
No, but the main thing I want to speak on, I want to reiterate, is the fact that 911 calls, I think that the sad part about it when it comes to Michael White and various people around the world through the years, when a police officer goes straight after a so-called assailant and does not take 5 minutes to, like we said back in the day, pause for the cause and to see just what the environment is when he gets there. You know, he just, to go to a scene with all the hype and hoopla that came over your radio is almost ludicrous, because the wrong person could be jacked up. And you should know your neighborhoods and know your people. You know how the white folks behave and know how the black folks behave. And know what's not really, you know, when something's panned out a certain way, you got to look and see and realize where you are, you know. What project you in. You know, I saw an episode on a TV program where the paramedics came in the house. They thought they were in the house of the person who was hurt, and it wasn't. No, it was in the house of the person that got killed by the person that was hurt. So, you know, I don't know. It's just, and this has been going on a long. This has been in the back of my mind for a long time. It's funny it finally came full circle. But police have always done that, and white folks have always made overzealous statements in order to get that person off their curve and to get the police there faster. And the police fall right into the web. You could be sitting down the curve, you walking 8 blocks, and all of a sudden you just sit on the curve of somebody's steps for a second and catch your breath. And they'll look out the window. There's a black guy on my curb. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know if he's going to rob me. He has a gun. They can say anything, you know, and that could be the last day a man lives, based on the fact that somebody reported it that particular way. It's really sad. And I just want to reiterate that because it's very important, you know. We just got to stay out of trouble. And I think the moral of the story when it comes to people in life, we got to be the ones that call 911 first. They really do. Make it your business to call 911 before they do. So if they call before you, it's going to be trouble. So that's all I want to put out there with that particular one.
Okay. So make that call first.
Make it first.
I know that's right. That was a good one.
you go anywhere where there's any controversy, supermarket, whatever, I'm calling the police. Hi, police. Hey, I'm Poppa DD of such and such, and I get it because it's all recorded. Get on there first. I'm calling because these jokers are jamming me up. I don't want when the police get here, they think it's me. I'm a black man, yada, yada, yada. Almost nowadays, you got to put your own self on blast to protect your own life.
Yeah, you might be right on that. All right, Papa. Well, thank you for that.
Always right.
Oh, please. Okay.
Ketel and Redwine need to be retrained.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, Ketel, let's head on out to the West Coast. What's happening
Hollywood. Hollywood.
Oh, hey, Ketel, before you start, Ketel, I just want to say one thing. Remember we talked about some outfits that are going to be coming in that we're going to be wearing on the night of when we record the show. And two of them arrived, and I'll give them to you guys first. The two arrived already, and I got yours whenever you are back in the studio. Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to wear a T-shirt.
Right. I hope it's not a chicken suit.
No, I'm wearing a T-shirt. I got a T-shirt, but you and Redwine, we got straight jackets for y'all.
I knew it had to be a cat.
Yeah, I knew it was a cat somewhere.
They're pretty. They're white. They're white. They're pretty. They're pretty. They're cute. They're very cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's head on out to the West Coast. Anyway,
I guess his straight jacket is camouflage. All right,
yeah.
Joy Behar. She is leaving after 16 years on The View.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Her contract is up in August. And she said she won't be returning. She informed ABC that she will not be returning for a new season. Joy Behar has been instrumental in the success of The View, which she has from the very beginning. The ABC says we wish her all the best in the next chapter and are thrilled that we have her for the remainder of the season. She loved The View, but felt that finding a home that would allow her to engage in more meaningful conversations was a direction she wanted to pursue. She should be announcing a new venture in the coming months. She goes on to say, there are other things on my plate I want to do. I've been writing a play, and I've been neglecting my stand-up. Well, she's a stand-up comedian also. She is currently has her own show called The Joy Behar Say Anything. It's on Current TV. And she says she's still interested in hosting a new talk show in the future. She said, I want to do an intelligent talk show where you can have room to breathe. I say, that might be an insult to Barbara. She better watch out now.
It does kind of sound like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess she's tired of being in the background, so to speak, because Whoopi is kind of the front runner, so she only, covers when Whoopi's not there. So, I mean, anyway, could be driving while black again. Anyway.
Right, you're right. Man, Whoopi could do it, my white ass can do it. But anyway.
Like I say, anyway. This is an interesting story. Alan Sorkin's To Kill a Mockingbird adaptation cleared for Broadway. Apparently, this guy here, he bought the rights to do To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway. The producer has settled a legal dispute with the estate of author Harper Lee. She wrote the book To Kill a Mockingbird. Both parties said on Thursday, clearing the way for his debut later this year. So a pair of dueling lawsuits had threatened the future of the play. The legal battle began in March when Lee's estate sued Rudin Play, the production company behind the new play. The estate claimed that the show deviated too much from Lee's original story, a classic about racism and injustice in the small town South. Goes on to say that the lawyer who represented Lee's estate, her name is Tanja Carter, said in court documents at the time that she objected to Sorkin's portrayal of Atticus Finch. the heroic and principled lawyer who defends a black man falsely accused of rape. So it's like, you know, you deviating from the story. I guess they didn't want to give the story up to him for him to do the play. That's my take on it. So, but they did settle on that dispute, and he's able to go ahead and finish it. He said he wanted $10 million for breach of contract because apparently they had a contract before Harper Lee died, and then after that, you know, things go to people's estate, and so they kept going back and forth and back and forth. But it says he's going to be able to go ahead and do the play. So that was interesting.
Okay. I love that movie.
Also, yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah. What's his name? Peck? What's his name? David Peck? Or him?
Yeah, Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck. Yeah, the main character. Yeah, he was good. Another news. Henrietta Lacks. Her portrait is going to be acquired by the Smithsonian's museums. She is the woman that they used her cells unlawfully. And remember Oprah Winfrey, she bought the rights to her story, and she played her also. She played her daughter. Her name is Harriet Lacks. So her portrait is going to be in the Smithsonian's museum. So look forward to that.
Okay.
And Rihanna, she is the big deal right now. She is the hottest thing going on. Matter of fact, she has a new lingerie collection. It's called Sexy Savage X. It came out today, and her website more or less crashed. They said people were waiting to try to shop on her website, Sexy Savage, but
really?
they had put people in a queue, and the screen goes black. So you have to sit there and wait before you can even shop. I'm like, okay, well, y'all got it going on, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. They said things start as low as $14.50, so that's not bad. And the sizes go up to 3X. So it's going to be in 210 countries, and they can ship merchandise internationally. So look for that. Sexy Savage. Okay, that's it for my Hollywood wrap-up.
All right, that was a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it all in there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, it's time for the cocktail of the week. Cocktail of the week is brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment. That's our parent company. We appreciate them. So this week's cocktail of the week is the peppered peach tea Tom Collins. That's the peppered peach tea Tom Collins. So to make it, you need 1.5 parts of Bombay Sapphire Gin, 3/4 parts of fresh lemon juice, 1/2 part of simple syrup, 1.5 parts of peach iced tea, a pinch of black pepper, and 3 parts club soda. So that black pepper gives it that little bit of bite. So to make it, you want to add all the ingredients, except for the club soda, into a highball glass. Add ice, stir it for about 30 seconds, and then add ice again. Top it off with the club soda. Garnish it with a slice of peach. And that's how you make a peppered peach tea Tom Collins. I think you're going to like this one. It's very tasty, very refreshing. It's an aromatic twist on a classic Tom Collins, and it combines black pepper and peach tea. So it would be good for this weekend, at least in the DMV. We're supposed to have temperatures up around 90 degrees. So this would be the perfect drink to have sitting outside on the porch, looking for neighbors you're going to call the cops on. You know, sit out there with your peppered peach Tom Collins, and when you see something that doesn't look right, call 911. Tell it.
Oh, all right now. Sounds good.
Tell it all. All right. Here's Poppa DD. He needs to tell us what the Kiss It list is so we can break that down for you. Poppa DD, can you tell the people about the Kiss It list and what that is?
All right. The Kiss It list was, I was trying to talk like Stefan. Well,
I was like, why are you trying to be all sexy or something?
Oh, I'm sexy already.
Oh, excuse me.
Anyway.
Pardon-moi.
My goodness. All right, the Kiss It list is a gathering of troops that all showed their butt hiney in the same way, in the same aspect. Got away with murder, never went to jail. You know what I mean? Hold on. People that are exact opposite of what any other person of another persuasion would happen to. Anyway, on the Kiss list this week, we have the 3 dentists in North Carolina for the ad they place of them dressing as Native Americans. Okay, got you. 3 blind dentists. They dressed as a Native American, a Japanese, and a Scottish woman, saying everyone smiled in the same language. Once it was pointed out how racist it was, they removed the ad. Anyway,
they're on the list.
A white woman who called police on black family barbecuing at the lake in Oakland, but Oakland belongs to black folks. How'd that happen?
Okay.
Saying that they were using a charcoal in a non-charcoal grilling area. All right, and the cop came and said, "Really?" Anyway, Kelly Sadler, White House aide, was saying that John McCain's options didn't really matter since he's dying anyway. This is a female made a statement like that.
Hateful heifer.
Said that no matter what he thinks, he's dying.
Hater.
He's dying. He's dying.
Hater. You're a hater.
So she,
What else you got?
Let's see. We got Spotify for deleting R. Kelly's music from their playlist under new hateful conduct policy, which is not good because there's some people on Spotify one-hit wonders. Or that bubblegum music by your girl, what's her name? Ariana Grande.
Oh, whoever.
It sings while she's tapping and oh my goodness. Anyway. You wanna?
Oh, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can help out a little bit. We're about to get rid of you and Ketel. But
okay, we got James Legg, who is an ex-officer in Alpharetta, Georgia, for cursing out and pulling a 65-year-old black woman from her car for a traffic stop. He has now since resigned. Also, whoever stole the Iron Man costume from that prop shop in Los Angeles, you're in the Kiss It list. The police are looking for that thing. Got people all worked up and upset because they don't know where the daggone Iron Man costume is. Also, we got the female stalker from Phoenix who sent over 65,000 text messages to a man she dated one time that included death threats, and she broke into his house and took a bath. This woman was tripping. Anyway, also we got retired Air Force Lieutenant General Tom McInerney for making nasty remarks about Senator McCain, saying that McCain is a proof that torture works. He's now been kicked off of the Fox network because that's where he was on. They said, no, we're done with him. Also, Baton Rouge legislators for the Medicaid shortfall of $500 million. And also that guy Blankenship, who served time in prison, came out and ran for West Virginia Senate, who, of course, has lost that bid, but the idea that you go to jail and you're going to come out and run for Senate? Anyhow, that's everybody we have. Ketel, you got anybody else to add to the list?
Nope, not tonight.
Okay, well, we got something special for everybody on the Kiss It list, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world kiss
my ass.
You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass.
Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
Ow!
All right. We're back. I guess this is where we
Wrap it up.
play the song. I'm so glad we had this time together.
No, we go into the last word. You on Carol Burnett show.
Time to laugh.
Papa DD's on the kissing. Anyway, last word. Papa DD. Is that your last word?
Then before you know it.
Okay, I guess that's his last word tonight.
Comes the time we have to say so long. Anyway.
That's it for you.
What's the Mickey Mouse song?
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
M-I-C will be seeing you.
Somebody cut his mic.
K-E-Y.
Why? Because you're a nut.
Because we love you.
Cut his mic.
M-O-U-S-E.
Okay. My last word for the
that's
night is somebody call 911 on Papa DD.
Mickey Mouse.
He has lost his last marble.
Mickey Mouse.
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Pajama Party Show. And we'll be live next Friday night. Visit us at apajamaparty.com. And thanks to DC Homegrown, our parent company, for paying the bills and keeping the lights on. Unfortunately, for paying Papa DD. So just thank you. And, Ketel, I'm going to go over to you.
My last word is 2 words. For those folks out there that are calling up the cops and doing this and doing that, BB, breathe black. That's it.
Interesting.
I'm out. Mm-hmm.
Breathe black?
Breathe black.
Is that like walk a mile in my shoes?
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, when you're out socializing, you may want to evade yourself from some of these neighborhoods that are non-black. If you think that you want to blend by going out to somewhere in Virginia that you think is, let's go out to Tyson's Corner or whatever, in this area here, they claim all that is what it is. And as soon as you walk in these malls that are predominantly white, they watch you like a hawk. From the minute you come in till you leave. And then know now that a lot of security boxes where people are watching people, they got joysticks on these cameras now. You know what I mean? They could zoom in on you and they could see your cleavage and everything,
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, watch your back.
Watch your back and you're going to shop somewhere, come over to somewhere like Largo Town Center or something.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, say goodnight, Papa DD. This is Redwine signing off saying bonsoir. Ketel, are you saying bonsoir?
Yes, good night, everyone. Check you next week.
All right.
All right, this Pajama Party Crew signing out. See you next Friday night. Thanks for hanging out.
Glen Arden or somewhere.
Oh, gosh.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Rana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party.